Hello students. In this video we are going to discuss about the binomial distribution. This topic is for 5 marks for board examination, and you will get at least one example for CET in MCQ. There is possibility of one example of in JEE. It may or may not be, but binomial distribution is very easy topic compared to the remaining topics. Binomial distribution has only two types of example. One, you are asked to find the probability for given value or values. The one type of example. And second example is you are asked to find the values of mean, variance, and standard deviation. So we'll discuss theory part. We'll see what is the formula for probability for any value x, and we'll see what are the formulae for mean, variance, and standard deviation. Here we'll see the first point as Bernoulli Trial. We'll see what is the meaning of Bernoulli Trial here. Bernoulli Trial. So it is a random experiment. Bernoulli Trial is again a random experiment. A random experiment. So it is a trial satisfying two conditions. The first condition is that which has exactly two outcomes. For example, if we'll toss a coin, you'll get either head or tail. If we'll give answer to a question, it is either right or wrong. Like that, you'll get the trials. These are the examples. And the second condition is that in which the probability of success is fixed. So success is when we go for an experiment, we get two outcomes. One is success, another is called as a failure. The probability of success is fixed, means what? Probability of failure must be again fixed. So they are not changing in different trials. Then that trial is called as a Bernoulli trial. Now here we'll use a small letter P for probability of success. P denotes probability of success, and the small letter Q denotes the probability of failure. And so a very simple relation we are getting in between P and Q is that P plus Q is always 1, because sum of all probabilities must be 1, and we may get here Q is equal to 1 minus P. So if P is the probability of success, we can easily calculate the probability of failure as 1 minus P. So this is about the Bernoulli trial. And now we'll move for the second point. It is the binomial distribution. We'll consider a Bernoulli trial. This Bernoulli trial means any experiment which has exactly two outcomes. So number of Bernoulli trials in which probability of success is P and of failure is Q, with total number of trials is equal to N, is called as Bernoulli. It is binomial distribution. It is B, P, and N if corresponding to any x such that we are getting the value of x is less than equal to x is greater than equal to 0 is greater than equal to n, a probability obtained by the formula probability of this capital X is equal to small x. This is the value of x. X can take value from 0 to n and is obtained by the formula NCX. N is total number of trials and x is the value at which we have to find the probability. into p raised to x into q raised to n minus x. So this total values are called as the probability distribution. Means what? See, for x is equal to 0, we can find product of x is equal to 0. For x is equal to 1, we can find product of x is equal to 1. For x is equal to 2, we can find product of x is equal to 2 by the same formula. And for last value, for x is equal to n, we can find the probability of n. Then this total distribution for x is equal to 0, its probability, for x is equal to 1, its probability, for x is equal to its probability, we get a table there, and that table is called as a binomial distribution, because here we have only two outcomes. Binomial means two terms, it is either p or q, either success or failure. So a table containing the values of x as 0 with probability, this is p0, for x is equal to 1, or we may call this x0, this is x1, it is p1, p2, this is for x2, and so on. The last value we'll consider as xn for n is equal to n, and it will be pn. So this table is called as a total binomial distribution, and this value, each corresponding value of probability, can be calculated by this formula. Now for a binomial distribution B with a random variable x, its mean of this random variable, or it is also known as expected value E of x, is defined as, the notation, it may be used as x bar, or for expected value we may use E of this capital X, or one more notation, it is mu for expected value, and it is calculated using n into p. This is a simple formula for x bar here. In previous topic we have seen x bar as, yes, I will write that here, that is summation pi into xi, but this formula is again simpler than the previous one, it is n into p. This is for mean. And the second formula for variance is the variance of a random variable, that is the random variable in with binomial distribution. This random variable x and its variance is obtained by the simple formula np into q. So n is total number of trials, p is the probability of success, and q is the probability of failure, and it gives the variance. And so for standard deviation, again we have the formula, it is also denoted by sigma, it is the root of variance, or it is square root of n into p into q. And one more relation we are getting here, it is this variance of x is equal to, for n into p we can write it is x bar, so q into x bar, and this is the relation between variance and mean. And we can have few examples here in this topic related to this formula. Now we'll discuss few examples here. So from exercise 8.1, the first example we'll go for, it is a die is thrown 6 times. If getting an odd number is success, find the probability of. There are 3 sub questions, 5 successes, at least 5 successes, and at most 5 successes. So we'll go for the solution. Yes, the question is written once again that the die is thrown 6 times. So here n is equal to 6. Now we have to discuss about p and q. So when we throw a die, there are 6 outcomes. the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And out of these 6 outcomes, 3 are odd and 3 are even. So we have to find the probability of getting odd number. Probability of getting any number is 1 by 6. But here you are asked to find probability of getting odd number. So I'll write that here. Probability of getting odd number is equal to. So there are total 3 odd numbers out of 6. So probability of getting odd number is 1/2. So value of P is 1/2. And so we can find Q. Q is 1 minus P. This is 1 minus 1/2, which is equal to 1/2. So N is 6, P is 1/2, Q is 1/2. And if we know the value of X, we can write the form, or we can calculate the probability for that X. We have formula for probability. This probability is different from P because P gives probability of success when we are throwing die once, it is 1/2. But we have to find probability when we are throwing die 6 times, and we have to find the probability of getting 5 successes, or at least 5 successes, or at most 5 successes, like this. So student must guess the difference between the value of P and the sub questions. So probability of P is, we'll write the formula here. Probability of capital X, it is the random variable, is equal to small x. That is probability of small x is calculated using the formula NCX, P raised to X, Q raised to N minus X. So what this gives, when we perform that particular operation in which the probability of success is small p, probability of failure is small q, n number of times, then the x number of success can be calculated using this formula. एक वेळ जर तो एक्सपेरिमेंट केला तर सक्सेसची प्रोबॅबिलिटी पी असते स्मॉल पी आणि फेल्युअरची प्रोबॅबिलिटी ही क्यू असते. पण इथे तुम्हाला कॅल्क्युलेट काय करायला सांगितलं की तोच एक्सपेरिमेंट एन टाइम्स, एन वेळा घेतलेला आहे आणि त्याच्यापैकी एक्स नंबर ऑफ सक्सेसेस तेवढ्या वेळा तो सक्सेसफुल झाला हे शोधायचं असेल तर हा फॉर्म्युला आहे. अदरवाइज पी इज द प्रोबॅबिलिटी. ओके, नाउ हियर फर्स्ट we have to find for x is equal to 5. इथून पुढचं कॅल्क्युलेशन खूप सोपं झालं कारण n ची व्हॅल्यू ऑलरेडी दिलेली आहे, p आपण कॅल्क्युलेट केला, q कॅल्क्युलेट केला आहे आणि x दिलेलं आहे. बाय फर्स्ट probability of capital X is equal to 5 is equal to n is 6 c 5 into probability of p is 1/2 raised to x, x is 5 into q, this is 1/2 raised to n minus x, this is 6 minus x is 5. Okay. So 6c5, here I will write that formula. NCR is also equal to NCn minus r. So 6c5 is also equal to 6c1 into this is 1/2 raised to 5 into this is 1/2 raised to 1. So 6c1 is 6 into this is 1/2 raised to 6. Now I'll write that 6 here into 2 raised to 5 into, I'll separate one term of 2 here. 2 gets cancelled with 2 in this. So this is 3 divided by 2 raised to 5. 2 raised to 5 is 32. So we got the first answer. Probability of capital X is equal to small x, it is 5, is equal to 3 divided by 32. This is the answer of the first question. Now we'll go for second. For we have to find the probability of at least 5 successes. At least means either 5 or 6. So for x greater than or equal to 5, ॲटलिस्ट 5 किंवा 5 पेक्षा जास्त. So probability of capital X should be greater than or equal to small x. It is 5. Means what? Probability of capital X is equal to 5 plus probability of capital X is equal to 6. So it is equal to. Now we'll use formula 2 times. First for probability of capital X is equal to 5 and then for probability of capital X is equal to 6 there. So see what happens. N, see the formula first, by first. N is 6, C 5. Already we have calculated that in the first part. Into 1/2 raised to 5 into 1/2 raised to 6 minus 5 is 1 plus PC6 6C6 1/2 raised to 6 into 1/2 raised to 0. So 6C5, just we have calculated this. It is 6 into 1/2 raised to 6 plus 6C6 is 1 into 1/2 into 2 raised to 6. And now 6 plus 1, 7 into 1/2 raised to 6. And 1/2 raised to 6 will be, it is 2 raised to 3 into 2 raised to 3. It is 8 into 8, 64. So 7 by 64. Probability of capital X is greater than or equal to 5. This is the answer of the second sub question. And now we'll go for the third. We are asked to find for at most X is less than or equal to 5. So probability of capital X is less than or equal to 5. Means what? Probability of X is equal to 0 plus probability of X is equal to 1 plus probability of X is equal to 2 plus probability of X is equal to 3 plus probability of X is equal to 4 plus probability of X is equal to 5. We have to calculate this 6 times, but there is one alternative way. Already we have seen in the last topic that summation Pi, when it is probability distribution, summation Pi is 1. And see all these probabilities. Only probability of X is equal to 6 is not there. If we add a probability of X is equal to 6, its sum will be 1. So this value of probability of X greater than or equal to 5 is also equal to 1 minus probability of X is equal to 6. Because of this, see, sum of all probabilities is 1. So I will write it shortly. Probability of 0 plus probability of 1 plus probability of 2 plus probability of 3 plus probability of 4 plus probability of 5 plus probability of 6 is equal to 1. And you have to transfer this on another side. It will become minus probability of 6 there. Probability of all these terms. And so instead of calculating or using this formula 6 times, we can use once only. So it is very easy now. This is 1 minus probability of X is equal to 6. Already we have calculated in above. So we can use the same. It is 6C6 1/2 raised to 6 into 1/2 raised to 0. And so we got 1 minus 6C6 is 1 into 1/2 raised to 6 is. So we are getting now 1 minus 1/2 raised to 6. Just we have discussed it. Is 2 raised to 6 is 64. And so making the common denominator 64. Cross multiply that, 64 minus 1. And 64 minus 1 is 63 divided by 64. So this is the answer for probability of X is less than or equal to 5. That is at most 5 successes as the probability, 63 divided by 64. So that's it with this first exam.